Here's an interesting statistic for you. There was a massive survey taken by voices.com of voice seekers just a couple of years ago, and voices.com's got many thousands of folks on their platform. So this is a pretty comprehensive survey. And they asked voice seekers what the 3 top considerations were in hiring talent. And would you believe that speed ranks pretty darn high there? Isn't that crazy? Audio quality was number 1, and then it was like speed and then talent, something along. But the point being, it ranked up there pretty darn high. Why is that happening? Well, if you look at for instance, pay-to-plays, and I talked to a higher level not all that long ago, a couple of years ago, asking about how that worked, the auditioning part of pay-to-play. And what she informed me was that typically the job will go to somebody who's among the first 20 to audition. And I thought, wow, okay, that's an eye-opener. So it is, at least when it comes to auditioning on pay-to-play platforms, it's a game of speed. But what about outside of that? How does that work? Well, I want to kind of draw a picture for you and so you can kind of think about how this works and understand why it's so important. I'm not trying to frustrate your creative and performance urges here, but I want you to begin to think like a business person. And if you've listened to me at all, you'll know that's my goal, to help. I want you to be successful in voiceover. And it goes far beyond having talent and ability. It has a lot to do with being a good business person. And being a good business person is understanding how clients operate. One of the big problems when it comes to, or the challenges, I should say, when it comes to delivering is being fast. And why is that? Well, if you look at the way most of our clients operate, and by the way, this is not a 100% of the time thing. It might be a 95, 96, 97% of the time thing. There's a very small percentage of jobs. They tend to be higher profile clients with bigger budgets who have the staffing to do planning, and everything's, measured out to a T, and timelines are very reasonable and, easy to work with. That does happen. That's far fewer than most. Usually what happens is you look at the production chain of events, and typically these productions, there could be audio productions, video productions. There's all the stuff that goes into the front end, which tends to be the thing that the client thinks about the most. Getting the project started. Okay. Well, what's the concept? We need to write out, we need a storyboard. We need to script this out. We need to get the video footage. We need to pick the background music. And when it comes to the voiceover part of it, in my experience in dealing with the clients, it almost feels like it's a crap moment, like we forgot we need a voiceover. I'm not saying they forgot about it, but they get so wrapped up in everything else. It's like, oh yeah, now we need a voiceover. And the problem is they're already they're off schedule by the time they get to us. And so things need to be done relatively quickly. Now, again, that's not every single time, but it's certainly, in my experience with the people I work with, it has been by far not the exception, but it's been the rule. Being able to fit into somebody's workflow and time schedule is extremely important. And being lackadaisical about it, not being on top of your game. And if it comes to pay-to-plays, that means if that's the way you're going to compete, then you need to make sure that you are in early on. It's a tough way to do it, but it can be done, and it certainly is a legitimate channel of building your voiceover, a marketing channel for building your voiceover job, your voiceover work.